Ak takes that stance, then he loses his relationship with Aiden Ross, essentially for a group of people who want to see him fail.
I don't think integrity matters anymore in this world.
Akademiks is currently in the middle of an impossible lose-lose situation. His friends are calling him out, forcing him to make a decision quickly, leaving him with some career-defining decisions to make. Ever since Aiden Ross waged war against Doechii this week, and then in return, hip-hop waged war against Aiden Ross, Akademiks have been stuck in the middle of this, of two things he loves. He loves the hip-hop community, but he also loves Aiden Ross because they're friends and they're homies. And the reason why this decision is so difficult is because Akademiks understand the people who are upset at Aiden Ross right now, they're part of a portion of the hip-hop community who don't like Akademiks either. They don't want to see Akademiks in his position either. They want to see Akademiks canceled and starving too. So if Akademiks does what I think is the right thing to do, which is call out Aiden Ross, blast him, say, hey, bro, you shouldn't be harassing somebody online for as long as you've been harassing somebody online. I'm not even looking at the black women angle. I'm looking at the woman angle. Aiden Ross have been harassing Doechii online.
No. Sorry, Flacco. Listen, I'm sick of seeing popular black entertainers, content creators, and rappers go on stream or pretty much sell themselves out for the viral moment that they'll have with someone who promotes racism on a regular basis. I don't care if Aiden's gonna say, oh, I got black people on my stream, I'm donating to this. Fuck you. We know how you built up, we know how you got to where you got to. Prior to you having Tory Lanez and all these different rappers and other people showing up on your streams, your stream chats show what type of demographic you attract. We see the type of jokes that you make. We see you pardoning everybody for saying the N-word as if you are the guy who gets to pardon people for that. Don't apologize for that. That's you. Like, fuck you.
For a year plus. If Ak takes that stance, then he loses his relationship with Aiden Ross, essentially for a group of people who want to see him fail.
I don't think integrity matters anymore in this world. Maybe I'm lost. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think integrity matters anymore. Someone like DJ Akademiks, who has made his career way before Aiden Ross was even relevant, why do you feel as though you now need Aiden Ross? It's so weird to me that people in the black community that are influencers, if you want to call them that, will sell their soul or allow the greatest level of disrespect just to remain relevant and popular. It's kind of crazy.
So he's stuck in a hard spot. His integrity or his friendship. But the integrity comes aligning himself with people who don't like him and hate him.
But the thing is, the integrity doesn't only come with people who don't like him and hate him. It comes with everybody from his culture, from his ilk. It's not just those that don't like him. And I don't think if he stops fucking with Aiden Ross, his career is over. He does not need Aiden Ross. And saying that they're friends, like, what do they share in common besides money? What do they share in common besides streaming? They don't share nothing in common. Aiden Ross's friends, his real friends, don't behave or move like Akademiks. If anything, they're probably making jokes about people that look like Akademiks. They're probably making jokes about black culture and all that on their spare time. You think when XQC and Aiden are hanging out together and they see some shit on TV or on YouTube regarding black people, you don't think they're probably using the N-word and saying some stupid slur? Fuck those dudes. Like, seriously, like, I don't get it. Like, I'm never going to sell my soul just so I can be popular.
And it also comes with giving up a friendship with somebody who wants to see you win, which is Aiden Ross. So I think Akademiks have been navigating this as best as he can. However, not everybody is happy about it. Akademiks would react to people being upset about how he's choosing to navigate with this Aiden Ross situation. I think Akademiks did a stream with Aiden Ross where they talked about this entire situation, and people felt like Akademiks went too soft on Aiden Ross.
How you gonna chase clout to my little niece DJ, but she was saying Ak already chose a side.
He did.
I said, nah.
When it comes to the situation?
All right. Yeah, she said Ak chose a side. I'm like, nah, look at what he's saying. He didn't choose a side. Ak is like O.J. Simpson.
Wait, what?
He not black, he Ak.
Wait, stop. Wait, what? Yo, Glasses, bro, you're too like intelligent to be like doing this. Glasses, I think you're leaning into the fact that there's a lot of attention around this. I'm not black, I'm Ak. Yo, Glasses, I'm sorry. Yes, there's some undertones that I get why we should have legit conversations about, hey, listen, you know somebody could take this as being racist. I know Aiden Ross. I don't think he was being racist.
If Aiden Ross wasn't being racist, then why did he call her smelly? What about Doechii made her smelly? Because she... What? Someone drop in the comments below, if it wasn't being racist, why is she smelly? Why is Doechii smelly? Why is she low IQ? What makes her low IQ? If God gave me the opportunity to be in these circles and interact with these people, the minute you do something that made me uncomfortable, the minute you made me feel as though you were speaking down on people of my race, that's it. I'm not rocking with you no more. And I'm going to let everybody know that I'm not rocking with you no more because of how you move.
He's seen someone supposedly diss him on a song, and he's going to say whatever. Yes, call somebody a dirty B, a white man saying it without zero context, it's a good assumption to say that person probably has some racist intent. Except there's multiple instances of Aiden Ross when he's speaking to women in general. He calls him a dirty B.
I think Akademiks
Call him a dirty B is not the same as calling him low IQ, smelly. Yeah, you could call any chick a dirty bitch. That's your preference, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. And it's any black person's preference to decide, yo, I don't like that shit. You a little white boy. I don't want you calling black women dirty bitches. And whatever happens from that, you deal with it. Granted, Aiden Ross's way of dealing with it is by talking like he's tough, but then also saying, I'm going to call the police on you. That's the world we live in. We have made these people popular. These are the people that are popular now. The niggas that talk shit, but don't stand on nothing, won't defend anything they say. They defend it by saying, I'm going to call the police on you if you do anything to me.
halfway understands where G Malone is getting to, but not completely. And here's what I mean. I think Akademiks understands what the equation is, but the solution, they're both coming to two different answers. Akademiks understands Aiden Ross says some bad things online about a black woman. So hence, Akademiks thinks the solution is Aiden Ross is racist because he said something bad about a black woman, and Ak should be upset at Aiden Ross because Aiden Ross is racist. When I think G Malone equation is Aiden Ross says some bad things about Doechii, who's a black woman. Akademiks should be upset at Aiden because Doechii is a black woman and he should stand in solidarity with a black woman. So I think G Malone believes that Aiden is racist, but that's not why I think G Malone is upset at Ak or has a problem with Ak. The problem is he believes that Akademiks should stand in solidarity with Doechii and be against Aiden Ross for saying those things about Doechii because Doechii is a black woman and Ak is a black woman.
I don't know about all that. I don't know about standing in solidarity with Doechii and all this extra shit. It's just more so like, yo, bro, don't talk about black women like that. That's it. That's it. Y'all don't need to stand in solidarity with a person I don't know. Let's be real. He might stand with Doechii and Doechii will turn around and do the same thing to him for the fucking some type of music award and turn her back on other black people. That's not what I'm saying. I don't think that you should make your decisions based on other people. I think those decisions should be based off of your own morals and values. Me personally, it has nothing to do with Doechii. And if I was in a room with Aiden Ross and he started talking shit about a black person in a video that's not even a celebrity, and his jokes come off as racist, I'm gonna make a comment, period. I don't know this other person. And if I lose connection with Aiden because I'm not allowing him to disrespect black people in front of me, whether I know the black person or not, then fuck it. It is what it is. You're not going to disrespect black people around me, period. That's it. I'm not gonna allow it just so I can be part of the in crowd. I'm not gonna allow it.
Which is why he dived deep into the O.J. Simpson reference and claims that Akademiks don't identify with his blackness. Now, I do think Ak identifies with his blackness. I wouldn't be friends with Akademiks if I thought that Akademiks was on some like Officer Brandon Tatum, right? Or like if he was like Stephen A. Smith. No.
That's his thing. Like, yo, you diss me? You dirty B. Like, hey, how come he supposedly did it to Wendy Ortiz? It's another streamer who's not black. If his initial reaction to calling her a name or saying some ad hominem was to call her dirty B, how is that not racist? But this is. I don't know. Like to me, if somebody's disrespected, they're gonna respond in a way that's probably disrespectful.
And I think that's the confusion.
He not black, he act.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't see.
Ak is not wrong. If he did respond to another woman and called her a dirty bitch and all that different stuff, cool. If the jokes he's making are universal, if he's calling everybody smelly, he's calling everybody low IQ, then so be it. I guess that's just the way he goes about things. At the end of the day, I just can't rock with Aiden Ross. You too close to too many dudes that use the N-word. You give people a pass for using the N-word as if you are the person who holds that authority. I can't rock with dudes that are too close to this type of edgy type of content, this type of content where you are disrespecting black people, or your audience and your chat is disrespecting black people on the regular and nothing being done about it. You'll see some racist joke and you'll laugh it off and be like, oh, y'all wildin'. But you cater to that crowd. That audience wouldn't be there if it wasn't for the fact that you cater to that crowd. Let's be real. Let's don't bullshit.
Himself in this connection to even allow this man to say some of the stuff he's saying to him. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay. Yeah.
OJ didn't think he was white. OJ thought he was OJ Simpson.
OJ.
Not true. Bro, listen, y'all not gonna have, and this is what I'm saying, your glasses, bro. Like, y'all trying to make the wrong person like Rosa Parks. I'm sorry to tell y'all. You feel what I'm saying? Shorty is a chick who has been criticized. I've criticized her. I've said I feel like she's a product of Biden, an industry plant, right? I don't have nothing personal against her. I think she's just a product of being an industry plant. Aiden said the same thing. Joe Budden said the damn same thing. She drops a song, she responds. And the way she responds is calling out, which seems to be targeted at Aiden.
That's also a part of the problem. It seemed that she may have been talking about Aiden Ross from his perspective.
It seemed like she could have been talking about Aiden Ross from his perspective, but she could have also been talking about Akademiks. She could have been talking about Flacco. She could be talking about anybody who streams, who speaks on different topics in black culture and on music and all that. She could have been talking about anybody who runs their mouth on the internet. Shit, if I start talking about music and all that different stuff, she could be talking about me. Why automatically did you automatically take it as an attack against you? That's what I want to know. Why did Aiden feel as though he was talking about her? What caused that? Is there something behind the scenes that we don't know about, which is why he calls her smelly, which is why he calls her low IQ? Maybe there's something that we don't know about.
But she never said Aiden Ross's name. She never made a direct reference to anything that Aiden Ross ever said. What she said was essentially a streamer who be sucking rappers off, right? That applies to a lot of streamers. That don't really apply to her, right? She referenced a streamer who called her.
She can never be talking about me because I don't suck no man off. I don't suck no rappers off. Correction. She can't be talking about me.
Out for being an industry plant. A lot of streamers have done so. So it felt like Aiden Ross kind of took ownership or took responsibility for that. And
it says a lot about Aiden if he took ownership for sucking rappers off. So it kind of connects back to what I was saying. Aiden understands that he is where he is because of black people, yet he's giving people the stamp of approval to use the N-word. He's disrespecting black people, the people who probably made him who he is right now. Like, would Aiden Ross be as popping as he is right now if he did not deal with the black community the way that he did and use them for content the way that he did? Granted, it's smart. It's what most white people do. We're going to use these guys to get popping and now we're going to shit on them. I'm never supporting those people, ever. And if I ever get on stream with them, if I'm ever communicating with them, I'm mentioning it every fucking time that I can.
Decided to attack Doechii, but there was no confirmation. So for him to go that hard when there's a possibility that Doechii was not talking about him at all, that's where the problem lies as well. Now, Akademiks would also touch on the aspect that, people aren't standing in solidarity with Doechii, and you shouldn't call their blackness into question because they aren't standing in solidarity with Doechii, because Doechii has made it perfectly clear that she don't like straight men, that she don't like men who aren't flexible. And because of that, a lot of straight men ain't ready to stand in line to.
And that's where I was with it. Like, I'm not a fan of Doechii. And it has nothing to do with Doechii the person or Doechii the rapper or just her and her altogether. It's about standing on business when it comes to people who are disrespecting your race and your culture, but use that same race and culture to get to where they are right now.
It's a duel to the death for Doechii, right? Because Doechii has made it perfectly clear she has no use for us whatsoever, that she don't like us.
Just because Doechii doesn't like men or wants men to be flexible doesn't mean that we can't support her when someone's attacking her race. I don't think her preference in men should have anything to do with whether we stand with her in regards to feeling like someone of Jewish descent or a white person is being racist against her. I don't think the two correlate. For me, it's more about not allowing people who are outside of our race and culture to disrespect us and still rock with them. If Aiden Ross wants to be racist and disrespect black people and all that, he has every right to do so, sure. The issue that I think Glasses Malone has and most of DJ Akademiks' audience is that why are you rocking with somebody who's okay with that? Why are you rocking with somebody who gives the pass for people to use the N-word? Why are you rocking with somebody who's okay with disrespecting your culture? That's the issue. Fuck all this whole other, she don't like men, oh, that's your friend, she's not your friend. None of that shit matters. It's really the question of why are you rocking with somebody who does this stuff?
It's not like some matter of civil rights.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the person y'all trying to make Rosa Parks, bro, like another reason why, even if you know, maybe I was leaning towards that angle, say, oh, maybe this is being raped. Yo, Doechii's on record saying, she's on record saying a red flag is straight men. When I heard that, I felt like she was saying she don't fuck with straight black men. That's what I thought. So I'm not defending.
I didn't hear her say straight black men. She said, I don't fuck with straight men. What does her sexual preference have anything to do with standing with people not disrespecting black people? People like Wack will find any excuse. Unless it's a video of her saying, fuck black people, then that's the only way I'm gonna rock with that, with the idea of standing with somebody who's disrespecting her. And even then, she may feel that way, but that doesn't have to change how I feel. Let Aiden Ross be a loser or no longer be as relevant. Do you think Akademiks would have let this rock? Do you think Wack would have let this rock? Right? Wack pretty much admitted that when he was speaking in Glasses. Yeah, they put me in a position. So if that position wasn't there, you'd be rocking with Glasses. And you'd make sure whatever disrespect you felt, Glasses felt, y'all would handle it. This is what I mean. It's like, at the end of the day, you can give all the excuses that you're giving. If Aiden Ross wasn't in the position that he was in, you guys wouldn't rock with it. Let me know if y'all agree or disagree with that. Do you think Akademiks, Wack, and all the dudes that are in support or behind, like not necessarily calling out Aiden Ross for his actions, do you think they would be doing that if Aiden Ross wasn't as popular or as relevant as he is right now?
Now, granted, that's not the reason why I'm not doing the Glasses Malone song and dance. I think that she stepped in the realm of disrespect. She's not a child. She's a grown woman. And in this era of 2026, a grown woman when getting into a verbal spat, we're not talking about physical here.
Okay.
Now, let's be very clear. If I was walking down the street and Aiden Ross was putting hands on Doechii, I would choke Aiden Ross out to death. Of course.
Glasses wasn't the only one who had a problem with Akademiks' conversation with Aiden Ross and feeling like he went too soft. Joe Budden also had a problem, and he confronted Akademiks live on his podcast, and we'll get to that later. Akademiks' assessment to me isn't too far off. I think
I can totally agree with that take. If they're having a verbal disagreement, they can handle their own shit. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm also not mad at the people who feel as though I'm going to speak up if I feel like it's being disrespectful to her because of her race. I can't be mad at anybody for feeling that way. But I'm also a very understanding of what Ak is saying now. With Ak explaining it that way, I don't agree with the whole straight man thing that you can't stand up for her. But I do understand not getting involved. They having a verbal disagreement or a verbal battle. Let it remain. As long as it remains verbal, then I'll stay out of it. She's a grown woman. I respect that one.
I think the gang member example is pretty spot on. If Poetic Flacco is getting jumped by some white dudes, let's just say Chud, the grifter, and his buddies start jumping me, and a gang of Crips walk by, do they lose their blackness because they didn't step in and help Poetic Flacco fight off these white supremacists? I don't think so, right? I feel like I made my bed, I'm gonna lay in it. But with this Doechii conversation, we have to confirm whether or not she did indeed make her bed. I don't think so. Because Aiden Ross have been disrespecting Doechii far beyond this song. Aiden Ross didn't need this song to call Doechii the B word and the S word and the dirty B word, because Aiden Ross have been doing this. He did this last year. Last year he did this. And nobody said nothing about it. And when Doechii dropped that song, Doechii addressed the streaming community. There was no confirmation that she was talking about Aiden Ross. Aiden Ross isn't the only streamer who was online calling Doechii an industry plant, right? Aiden Ross isn't the only streamer who do collabs with rappers. So Aiden Ross, I think, was looking for an excuse to attack Doechii, so he took the opportunity. Now, when Joe called Akademiks on his podcast, he confronted Akademiks because he felt like Akademiks didn't defend him or stick up for him when Aiden Ross was going off on Joe.
I personally am never going to allow someone to disrespect my people and my culture when I know that they are where they are because of my people and my culture. I think black people as a whole should definitely start trying to not view everything as a racial issue and more of just what it is. But I could also understand why some black people are hypersensitive to things like that. From Aiden Ross's past behavior, the things that he's allowed other people to say, the things that he gives people passes on that he had no authority or right to do, I think it makes sense that a lot of people are looking at him from a racial lens. Everything that he does is going to be under a microscope now because of how you've carried yourself to this point. How you went from having rappers on your streams all the time to now telling people it's okay to say the N-word. You've done too much now to where it's like anything you do regarding black people that's on a negative tip, if it's not justified, we on your ass. That's it. That's it. Anyway, leave your thoughts below. Let me know if you feel as though what Aiden did was racially motivated, if you feel as though he was speaking that way because she's black, or do you think this is just how he reacts when he feels like he's being disrespected? But please understand that this man attacked her first. Anyway, you like this video, drop a like, subscribe, tell a friend, and I'ma holla at y'all.